Hi, welcome to 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle.
I am Kyle.
And I'm Chris.
Back in action.
From MegaCon
Right.
This past week. If you saw me there, I was dressed up as an anime character, not a comic book character. Shame on me, I know.
There's a manga, so it's kind of meh. It's whatever.
It is a manga.
So-
Manga's way better too, check it out.
Anyway, before we start, speaking of MegaCon, I wanted to share some of my treasures from MegaCon.
Such a braggart.
Starting out is my Thanos number 13 first print, signed by Donny Cates. Redneck Ash Can, signed by Donny Cates. I'm proud of this one. This is a personal favorite. Alex Maleev signed my Infamous Iron Man number 1. Those of you have been watching for a while know how much I love Infamous Iron Man. And Be Real Jealous, God Country number 1, signed by Donny Cates. And lastly, a Venom number 1 signed by Donny Cates. However, if you look closely, which you probably can't see, I got him to draw me a little tiny Venom.
But it's not the MegaCon exclusive
right
one.
Right there. No, it's not the MegaCon exclusive one. I do have the MegaCon exclusive one, though.
Is it signed?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't want to see it. And welcome to 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle. I can go through all of the comics I got signed, which is like a stack, literally, like that tall. I brought a small little amount.
It's much bigger than mine.
Yeah.
I got a little burnt out after Thursday's Greg Capullo Scott Snyder signing, just because how they handled it was irritating. I was glad to get my signatures though. But
anyway, I guess I will start it out today. We're going to start off with DC Comics with their release of Unexpected number 1. This is technically the first appearance of the character. In the aftermath of Dark Knight's metal, the DC Universe has been forever changed as new heroes are called out of its shadows. Amid this all is Janet Falls, aka Firebrand. Once a paramedic dedicated to saving lives, she must now start a fight once every 24 hours to feed the conflict engine that replaced her heart. But Janet's heart isn't just a curse, it's a beacon, drawing out both the mysterious Neon, the unknown, and the seductive, malevolent Bad Samaritan. The Bad Samaritan! I am the Bad Samaritan! One of them wants to cut out her heart, the other wants to save it, but neither of them knows the true danger hidden within that will kick off a superhero manhunt, ranging from Thanagar to the deepest heart of the dark multiverse. So,
Starfire's homeworld to the deepest heart of the dark multiverse.
Right.
Exciting.
The cover looks pretty good as well. And then, this just got edged out of the 9.9 no-brainer. It's kind of a big deal. Justice League number 1. And one of the biggest deals is the variant that's actually going to be coming out for it by Jim Lee and Scott Williams.
And it's all the DC Comics variants are Virgin variants right now. So this is basically a cover price Jim Lee Virgin variant comic.
Right.
On the ground floor of the 2018 Justice League series coming out of No Justice. It's a great comic to have.
Correct. The No Justice storyline was a riveting success. Anyway, moving on, we have the second Batman Prelude to the Wedding to be coming out. Batman, Prelude to the Wedding, Nightwing vs. Hush, number 1. Robin vs. Ra's al Ghul sold out in the store. In fact, I had to special order one and have Matt get me one because they flew off the shelf so fast. Little on this one. Dick Grayson has a lot of responsibility. Being the original partner to Batman, he's the natural choice to be Bruce Wayne's best man. So if anyone has to get to the wedding, it's going to be him. Too bad Hush has other plans, and maybe Bruce Wayne does too. Dang it, Hush, you and your fake Bruce Wayne face coming in here and ruining things all the time.
I'm just glad Hush is back.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy some Hush. Hush is good. He's a good villain. So yeah, Nightwing versus Hush. It's taking place in the Prelude to the Wedding. So I mean, you can't. Those are three checks on the should I buy this comic list.
Nightwing check, Hush check, Wedding check.
Then, lastly for DC, I believe, we have Deathstroke number 32, mostly for this beautiful Matina variant right here. It's it's Deathstroke holding the Deathstroke sword.
Deathstroke holding Deathstroke?
Yeah, Deathstroke holding Deathstroke. And for those of you who don't know that, he's named after a sword. and a gun, and then the cool red bat. Frank Miller. Is that a Frank Miller style? It looks no,
like
it's a little.
kind of.
It's inspired by Frank Miller. Let's say that. But bat signal. I'm definitely picking up that variant.
And this is part of Batman, Deathstroke.
Batman.
Part 3.
Correct. Thank you, Chris. Actually, let's we're a little bit on that one as well. When a retired superhero gets caught in the crossfire between the world's greatest detective and DCU's most deadly assassin, could an entire legacy be wiped out? Lines are crossed when Deathstroke and Batman's feud takes its darkest turn yet, and there's no going back. So they're kind of hinting to something big happening canonically in the DC universe. Hopefully.
Sounds like somebody died.
Yeah, so who knows? Just buying this variant might get you a death of. And then that's it for DC. Moving into Marvel, we have Deadpool #1. So that's right, Deadpool is coming back. Merkin for a living. Scotty Young and Nick Klein bring you the greatest tales of the regeneration degenerate yet. It's been a while since Deadpool's had to merc to make ends meet, but things are tough all over. While Deadpool tries to get his humble mercenary for hire business back off the ground, a catastrophic threat so unfathomably huge, so mind-breakingly cataclysmic, it defies description. In fact, I can't even pronounce it. It's headed towards Earth, and there's only one person who can stop it. Quotation mark. Exclamation point. I'm sorry, not quotation mark. It doesn't exist.
Oh no, wait.
Exclamation.
It's not Wade, is it? Oh, it's Wade.
Yeah.
Alright, so moving on from there, into Image Comics, we have Medieval Spawn Witchblade #2 of 4. I'm loving this run because I love Spawn and Witchblade, but specifically, big deal about this one is the cover B is a Greg Capullo cover, and it looks fire. I'm sure we'll have that up right here for you. So that's a big deal. Definitely make sure to come pick that up. Moving on from there, it is the first of the month, so of course we have Walking Dead.
Wake up.
180. This is conclusion to New World Order, so that's a big deal.
Yes,
super
I'm
excited.
I almost said the same thing. I'm super stoked. I'm going to change it up for this one specifically, just because it's kind of a slow point in the Walking Dead storyline. It's, they always go they slow it down a little bit, so when it speeds back up, it kind of punches you in the gut, and I think this might be his next comic, so watch out, guys.
Then we have Spawn #286. So this is a interesting deal, which is why we're talking about this. It's basically like an inker's appreciation. So what's going on is the cover A is just the black and white penciled cover. So it's inked by the penciler and everything, but it's just a black and white cover. And then you have like 9 or so other variants with different inkers doing each one. And it's to show how the inker can affect the cover of the comic. And you can see that each cover of the comic is indeed vastly different, all because of who inked it and the style that they inked it in and colored it. So it's sort of like an inker's appreciation comic to show how important they are to how that comic's imagery hits you and how much of the art is perceived by them, because they sort of go underappreciated a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that an inker can totally change the feel of the comic, 100%.
And these covers, we'll have them up for you, and you will definitely see how each of these covers is vastly different from the other ones just because of who colored it in.
I mean, think about it. How much a movie can change just by using a different filter. And that's just a different filter. And these people are doing more than just...
I mean, backgrounds look completely different entirely. Some have, like, fire behind them. Some are, like, in a black night. And even the capes look different. Everything. It's amazing how much changes just by who's coloring it.
Right.
So it's a really big deal. I hope you come in and start picking up your favorite ones, and hope everyone gets a grown appreciation for the inkers in comics, because they do go under the radar a lot. Moving out of that, we have out of Dark Horse Comics, Sword Daughter #1, cover A. Shing! Right, it's a cover here, little girl holding a sword, looks pretty cool. The 40 swords came at night and murdered the entire village, save for 2 people, the infant Elsbeth and her grief-stricken father, Dag. Setting off on a revenge quest that will span the width of Viking-Age Europe, they find the key to repairing their damaged relationship lies in the swords they carry. Created by Brian Wood, who did Northlanders, The Massive, and DMZ, and Mac Chater, Briggs Land, and Lazarus, Sword Daughter is a visually stunning, emotionally poignant story of parental guilt and acceptance of loss. Viking revenge saga inspired by Lone Wolf and Cub, and a 28-page issue. So that's a pretty great sounding comic.
You really can't go wrong with Dark Horse. You also
can't
go
Horse
wrong
is...
with the 9.9 no-brainer!
Yeah, this one, I think it's my week. I'm pretty sure you did last week's. I could be wrong, though.
I don't know. I think we'll have to go back and check the footage.
Yeah. So this week's 9.9 no-brainer is coming out of Marvel Comics, which in itself is a little bit of a shocker, because we've had it in the 9.9 no-brainer quite recently, really, out of Marvel Comics.
Oh yeah, Marvel's been knocking it out of
this one's kind of a big deal, because it's the Immortal Hulk! Number 1. So it's Bruce Banner back to his own Hulk run. It's not the Incredible Hulk, it's the Immortal Hulk, because obviously he's back from the dead, thus making him immortal.
Correct.
Set in stone, never gonna die again.
Goonies never say die.
Marvel, never gonna die again. Don't try that crap again. That was stupid. Summary of this one. Horror has a name. You never notice the man. He doesn't like to be noticed. He's quiet, calm, never complains. If someone were to walk up and shoot him in the head, all he'd do is die. Until night falls, and someone else gets up again. The man's name is Banner. The horror is the Immortal Hulk. So, exciting stuff. It's Bruce Banner back in his own Hulk comic book run. Al
Banner.
Ewing is the writer. Joe Bennett's the artist with cover art from Alex Ross. Huge deal. I mean, it's the return of Bruce Banner as the
Bruce
Incredible
Banner
Hulk.
coming back as the Hulk, Tony Stark coming back as Iron Man. It's a good time for Marvel.
It's like they're finally fixing all the mistakes they made in the past 5 years.
Yeah. Still got a ways to go, but we're making progress.
But big deals about this. It's already on back order, not stocked. So expect this to be going into a quick second print. And why wouldn't it?
Yeah, right. Hulk's a big deal. I mean, no pun intended. But
especially with how fast Venom went into second print.
And actually, yeah, hand that over here, Matt. We have new 9.9 Comics Alpha Nerd United shirts in store now. So if you wanted to pick them up and represent us and our boy Mickey and his awesome Alpha Nerds,
which is also
brand.
us.
Yeah, which is also us. He's the creator.
He's the creator. We're moderators in the group.
Yes, and we're all Alpha Nerds here at 9.9. So if you're watching this, you're an Alpha Nerd. You just don't even know it yet. So if you want to represent, we got them. 9.9 Comics on the back. Alpha Nerd on the front. Can't get much better than that.
And these are really nice, the black and whites. You've probably seen us wearing the black and red ones.
But it's a really good material as well. It's
they're the Gildan shirts, so they're nice, soft.
Oh, yeah, the Gildan ones, the ones that last 30 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Not the Fruit of the Loom stuff that fall apart the third time you wash them. No.
Yeah. All right.
So I think that about wraps it up.
Right.
So I don't know if Kyle's going to let me have it after last week, but have a good night, guys.
I mean, I gotta have to let you have it now just because. Whatever. Whatever. No matter what, always remember, no matter what time you are watching this,
have a good night.
Have a good time. Time is relevant.
And it's always night.
I mean,
somewhere.